So Stevie Worrall back for 2023. How does that feel? Because obviously the team was a very difficult pick to have to pick, really, for Danny.
Yeah, it was hard. You know, like everything was kind of up in the air a little bit. You know, there was 3 guys who was trying to fill 2 spots, and I guess you could almost say none of us had a guarantee that we was going to be back. So it was a little bit like in limbo as to which way the management was going to go. But obviously, thankfully for me, it worked out in my favour, and I was able to come back.
Here at Poole, the fans have taken to you like everything, really. You're born in St Helens, but they treat you like a local here. It's you know, how does that feel to have a club and a fan base that love you like that?
It's what I tend to aim for. You know, like when I've been as an away rider in the past, and you see how the club is and how things are. You know, I feel like it's not only aimed at me. That's how I think they just treat all riders. You know, who come and I'll give it their all basically and make themselves part of the club and part of the team. And as history has shown, I don't really like moving around a lot. You know, if I get somewhere, I like to stay there, and obviously a lot of thought goes into where I go. And when I first arrived here back in 2021, it was you know, I'd come because I'd seen all that, and obviously that's what I wanted, and I wanted that to be part of my speedway. So it's nice that the fans have made me so welcome, you know, and obviously we've been able to do a lot for them. You know, we've won 2 championships so far, so it'd be nice to go and get that 3rd one this year.
It's been absolutely amazing, and like you say, I think you've been a big part of the turnaround and bringing your persona to the team, and I think that's very important as well.
Yeah, I'm like a chill guy, you know, like I don't know, I'm not that out there. Maybe I should be a little bit more out there sometimes, but I feel like you need a character, you know. Well, it's my testimonial this year, 10 years. I've been around a while, you know, I've seen a lot, done a lot, and I can bring that to the team, you know, and especially this year we've got quite a young team, you know. Ben and Zach, they've done their apprenticeship now. They're warmed into British Speedway, but we've also got Adam and Kyle, you know, they're reserves, so to speak, but they're not. They're quite experienced. And Richard's Richard, you know, he's not. Again, he's a little bit like me, where he's maybe a bit more quieter and a bit set back. But I feel like if we're going to have the environment that we had last year, obviously Danny King leaving, he's, you know, one of the best captains in the country, you know, from any league. So I think we've got to. Myself personally, I know I've got to step up and like be more out there and be more, you know, open to the team and get involved a lot more. But you know, Richard has to as well. So it's hard. So we've got to try and, like, I think between us, we've both got to have a bit of a chat and make sure that we're passing on everything.
I think the fans are really looking forward to the team that Danny's built, and we've learned over the years to trust him and Danny, and they've built some teams, and this one looks another beaut, you know. But a lot of the season resides on injuries and how, you know, we've been very fortunate that we've had a couple of seasons pretty much injury free.
Yeah, and when you get teams like that you don't have injuries, that bond stays there all year, and obviously that's just gets stronger and stronger and stronger as the year goes on. When you bring someone new in, if it's not the right person, they don't fit in well, and it can cause problems. But no, we've been lucky, and I feel like that's one thing we need to aim for this year. You know, like, we don't need any riders being superheroes. We've got a very well built team. You might look at it and say it's a little bit different to the route we took the last 2 years in having, you know, 3 solid, well experienced heat leaders. Whereas this year, you know, Ben's got to step up and be that heat leader, I imagine. But he's proven it last year. You know, he wasn't just doing it in his heats. He was going out and doing the job in heat 15s, and that's what I guess you would look for in someone who you're trying to get to move up into that heat leader position. So he's proven himself. Hopefully he believes that as well. You know, he can be now. I mean, I spent a lot of time at number 3 last year, which is that position where he's now got to fill. It is a little bit easier, you know. I did enjoy myself there, I will say. But then again, if I was to choose any number in the team, it would be the number 1. I just like the way you're first on track, the way the program fits out. But also, it's like, I like the responsibility of people having to look up to you and rely on you. You know, I've got to go out there and set the example, and I feel like that makes me better. So you could say we're on a little bit of a different, like I said, we're built slightly different, but we've got the two, you know, probably the two best reserves in the whole league, and as history's shown many times, your reserves win meetings, and so having two of them down there, which is hopefully can make the difference and get us the win.
Well, I can't keep you here too much longer. The fans are here. We're Press and Practice Day. They're waiting to meet you downstairs, so I better let you go. Thanks, mate, and we wish you all the very best for 2023.
Yeah, cheers.